Hey there YouTube, I'm Rusty.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we are drinking some Red Arrow root beer.
Red Arrow.
Red Arrow, man, and you'll notice that that's another one of those
Orca
Beverage root beers.
I don't know if they can see it or not. There you go.
Be careful, don't point that thing, man.
Fire off at somebody.
Somebody's eye out.
I'll be paying for the camera.
Well, man, hey, I got on the internet and checked out Orca Beverages and looked at the Red Arrow root beer. Red Arrow apparently been around for quite some time, and Orca Beverage bought it. Orca has quite a few root beers in their stable of beverages. But Red Arrow apparently is named after a battalion of the Michigan and Wisconsin National Guard. It's the Red Arrow Battalion that served admirably in World War I and World War II.
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, we're some bad dudes that served the country, and so Red Arrow's named in their honor. So, man, I tell you what, we salute those guys, man. All you National Guardsmen from Michigan and Wisconsin.
That's right.
We drink these root beers in your honor. Thank you for your service. Man, that's really good root beer, huh?
Yeah, so it says on the label, it's got wintergreen in it. It's not a strong wintergreen. I can taste it, but it's not real strong.
Tell you what, the kind of impression I get is a lot like brownie, except no caramel, and wintergreen.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a sweet, very.
It's sweet.
It is sweet. It's just straight up sweet root beer. But it's a good one. I don't know how Orca Beverages comes up with their formulations, if they buy them with the trademark in the name, but
or just the label.
Bobby, let me look at my teleprompter because Orca Beverages. I'm gonna read off Orca Beverages. Yeah, you get behind the camera and hope. Wait a minute, it's too far. I won't be able to see it.
That's never
Orca
been done
Beverages.
before.
Listen to this, man. They have Americana, Anchor, which we got some Anchor in the magazine that we're gonna pop open here later. Bedford's, Brownie, which we've already done. Bulldog, we did that one also. Dad's,
yeah.
Earps Sarsaparilla, White Earps, we did that one. Frosty. Now Frosty used to be its own root beer, and those things were all over Texas. We don't have one of those, but we're going to do it. Hippo size. Ever since I've known about Hippo, don't you want to drink a root beer that has Hippo in the name? I do. And then there's Jackson Hole. It's Bucking root beer.
That's one of my favorites right there.
And Oso, like O-S-O.
Okay.
And then there's Old Red Eye.
Old Red Eye.
Yeah. And which I've had that one. We don't have any right now. Ramblin' is one. We did Ramblin' is maple flavor in it. Right. Then Red Arrow, that's what we're doing today. And then Sioux City Sarsaparilla and root beer.
Goodness gracious.
Is those are both Orca Beverages, and so
that's a list.
You know, people ask me all the time, are there that many root beers out there? There is no shortage of root beers. I promise you. Those are just the Orca Beverages root beers that you can get at Cracker Barrel.
And every root beer is different, so you can't just say root beer. You know, it's not like there's some drinks out there. You know, like I'm just trying to think. Like if you got like club soda, you know, I mean it's carbonated water, but everybody's carbonated water is the same.
Maybe.
For the most part. For the most part, there's
H2O.
Yeah, but root beer, there's not just a like it has to have this only, and root beer is it's a wide range. You know, it's a broad brush.
It's very complex.
Complex. That's the
word.
For
people like us.
Does that make it easy? It's complex.
It's complex.
It's complex beverage.
Hey man, I saw on the news that down there at the New Orleans Zoo that they got the Jaguar exhibit back open.
Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've been waiting a long time for that, like 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Makes me want to go down there and just check him out.
Yeah. Is it going to be the same Jaguar?
Oh, same one. The same one that killed the llamas and the emus and
the fox.
Yeah, killed it. That really hurt me there. It didn't bother me so bad he killed those llamas, but when he killed Rusty the fox. But you know what? I have to think old Rusty the fox put up a fight. Hell, llamas, I think they're born looking for a place to die. You know what I mean?
Probably so.
They're like sheep and stuff like that. But foxes are not like that. That's a hard animal to get.
Yeah, I've never fought one, so I don't know, but I can imagine, just
Yeah, and it's catching up on one of our older themes from another video. If you don't know anything about the Jaguar, New Orleans Zoo, and Rusty the Fox, you need to watch our older videos.
That's right, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, and then also another catching up.
Oh,
We had talked about the North Pole and that geographical anomaly.
yeah, but what happens there? Yeah.
Well, back in early January, we were visiting my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, and I went to work, and my brother-in-law rode up into Oklahoma with him up near Broken Bow. When we left out of Broken Bow, we took off west, and we actually went through North Pole, Oklahoma.
Wow.
And, for most people, they didn't realize that Oklahoma extended so far north.
Yeah, I didn't. I was thinking it kind of, okay.
Yeah, and, it really kind of messes up how you think. Maybe it's one of those flat earth things. I don't know, have you seen those flat earthers?
Yeah, yes.
Those
Think
flat
about
earthers,
it.
they probably have the North Pole in Oklahoma. But anyway, yeah, we went right through there. There was a little gas station, convenience store, and didn't see any reindeer or elves or anything like
Santa
that.
Claus?
But it was off season, It
Yeah.
was in January.
Well, where do reindeer go in the off season?
It had been in North Disney World, probably.
Okay, all right.
The
We'll go with
Netherlands, the Netherlands, man. I don't know. Well, this is Louisiana, man. We don't have reindeer around here.
I don't know.
We have white-tailed deer. But anyway, hey man, I was just reading. I've been reading through the book of Leviticus.
Ooh.
That puts me in a small crowd of people.
Yes, it does.
How many people have read the book of Leviticus?
Oh, that's the book of the Bible that's got the most dust in it, usually.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the first 5 books written by Moses. There's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, book number 3. And it has a whole lot of, has a lot of the Jewish dietary laws and laws of ceremonial cleanliness in it. And I think, Christians get bored with that kind of thing and they just kind of avoid it. And I said, well, that don't apply to me, so I'm not going to read it. But this morning I read chapter 13, which is about the skin disease of leprosy. Which is, boy, you talk about edifying. You read that chapter about leprosy, it just draws you closer to the Lord, right? Well,
I have to catch up on it.
there's some value there because, if you read about leprosy in Leviticus chapter 13, then you move to the New Testament and you find that the disease of leprosy is still prevalent.
Right,
Jesus heals quite a few lepers in the New Testament. But there is a likeness of the skin disease of leprosy to the spiritual disease of sin. There is a parallelism there. And what it is that what leprosy does to the human body, and it just slowly rots it away until it destroys it. That's what sin does to the soul.
Right.
It slowly rots it away until ultimately it is destroyed.
Right.
And sin is the destruction. It's the disease of the soul. Now, a lot of people don't even believe in sin. Sin's a concept that they don't get. But let me talk to you about oughts. Do you ever get the feeling that there are things that you ought to do, and that there's things that you ought not do?
Right.
Okay, that feeling is put in the human soul by God.
Yeah.
And it's an awareness of this is right and this is wrong. We'll talk more about it in a future video.
Okay.
But let me say this, that Jesus died on the cross so that we can be cleansed of that soul disease of sin.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's what everyone needs.
That's right. It's a good word.
Thank you, Bob.
I'll work that into a sermon someday.
It sounds like it'd be a good one.
Well, imagine the things you can find in Leviticus.
Good more where that came from. But anyway, go get you some good Red Arrow root beer, which I don't know if it's on the dietary laws in Leviticus or not. I hadn't got that far.
It's got
I
licorice.
hadn't found the prohibition yet, so
It's got licorice in there. That might be one of those unclean.
there's a wintergreen, licorice, sassafras root. But anyway, we salute that Red Arrow Battalion up there in Michigan, and all you people up there in North Pole, Oklahoma, hey to all y'all, and when you come down to Louisiana, stop and see us, all right?
That's it.
Well, I'm Rusty.
I'm Bobby.
We'll see you next time, you two.
Right, bye.